Hey guys, Tammy Trier, TrierWilderness.com. Welcome to my kitchen. We are live here in northern Idaho and it is a glorious solar day here. So I won't be on here long because the woods are calling me, and as well as the dogs. So I just wanted to jump on here. Today is a really awesome day because it is the mountain man's birthday and it is our anniversary. So good day in my book. But I wanted to share some good news and some bad news with you. Good news is the sun's shining. Bad news is that means the mountain man is off to work. He started working yesterday on a barn roof repair due to the heavy snow we had this winter. So my project here with my kitchen has been shelved, put on hold somewhat. We will be finishing this project on rainy days, so I don't want rainy days, but I'll be happy for them as we progress. Thursday is looking like it might be a rainy day, so we'll get back in here, but I'm going to show you what we've got accomplished and also what I'm going to do in the interim, because the pantry is going to be finished, and that is going to be a huge thing for me, because the majority of what is spread out throughout my house right now is going to go in there. And I thrive on organization. It's just my personality. So I make do with what I have, and I make do with the chaos, but I certainly do love organization. So when I can get my stuff in there, have it labeled, know where my things are, I will be real happy camper. But I'm very patient because, like I said in the other videos, I know what my man is capable of, and his workmanship is amazing, so I know my kitchen will be amazing, and it's going to progress. We've got all the materials to finish it. Now we just need time and his availability. And I don't want to kill the man. He's working on a roof. I'm not stressing him or pressuring him because I need him, and I certainly don't want him being stressed out up on a barn roof that's very high. So I'm going to show you around here. I'm going to step us back just a little bit here, and I'm going to show you my makeshift cupboards. We had talked about these a little while ago. I put painter's canvas up to kind of make it look nice. I'm going to wash these and give them a nicer look again, but I added some totes. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm going to put some totes underneath here and organize my cookware so that in the meantime, while we are building and things, I can have organization with my cookware, but also keep it clean. So till my full cabinets are in place. But you can see he's got the electric in place, which is awesome. That's a huge asset for me because I was working off an extension cord all these years. And I'm going to come over here and show you the pantry. Let's see if I can get good angles here. This bottom area here is going to be for the trash can, and it will be on a pull-out drawer so you can easily access the trash can. This area here will access my shelves that are on the inside. The second drawer or shelf will be actually a pull-out with all my spices on it, which I am totally stoked about because I have a lot of spices. I live on my spices. We use them for everything, and I have a lot of them. So that'll be all shelves from the floor up, and he's utilizing all the space. Down in here behind the trash can there will be shelving, and over here on this whole wall will be nothing but shelving, allowing me area for 2 buckets side by side on the bottom there. So that is really awesome, and I wanted to share something with you. This is, let me see if you can see it. There we go. That is an outdoor light. It's bronze, it's really pretty, and that is above what will be my sink area, and it is above my sink now. That was 18 bucks. Found it on a sale. So you can really do these things in your home, in your homestead, in your off-grid homestead really easily and very inexpensively. So I just wanted to mention that. So for right now, the pantry is going to get finished on our rainy days, and I'm going to keep jumping on here and showing you the progress. This is what we got done after 7 days. So you can see that he's been busy. He's got this all plywooded up on the front, and we're going to paint that to match the cabinets. This door, the big door, will be, this big door here will be a barn door that is stained very dark that he's going to build, as well as the hinges and the latches. And then these I'm trying to move this camera around. These cabinets here will be like the kitchen cabinets and will be painted and designed like the cabinetry. What do you guys do with your trash out there? We actually haul it off. Good question. There are free dumpsters. Well, I shouldn't say free. It's part of our property taxes. They're included in our property taxes, but it's very minimal. They have dumpsters sitting around in different locations for us to take and drop our trash. Depending on the time of year, we do burn a lot of our trash. But in the summer months, it's too risky. It gets too dry. So often hauling it off is what we do. But I'm going to keep things really simple in here. There is my bread box and my router and such. And I'm going to put different things in this cabinet once I can move them into the pantry. Utilize my counter over here and that space for working on and trying to keep that cleaned off. So it's coming along, and I wanted to do a little bit of some off-grid education today. In a previous video, Jeff asked if he could see the inside of my refrigerator and my freezer. This is a propane freezer and refrigerator. Now, bear with me with this camera. There we go. So you can see that it's not, by size, it's not quite as big as your standard refrigerators, but I don't have any problem with it. I really love it. It keeps things perfect. It's always running, and we've never really had any issues with it. And one thing that you do need to do with the propane refrigerator and freezer is that you need, let me see if I can get you a good look in here. There you go. There is all of our organic food in there and good deer broth on the top shelf. But let me see if I can move that down. So you can see all of the things in there. I think it's really spacious, even though it's a little smaller. Look at all my good homegrown eggs. I ate the duck eggs this morning. They were nice and big. But this one thing that needs to be done with these is both the freezer and the refrigerator, and the refrigerator more so than the freezer because of the door being opened all the time, is it needs to be defrosted because of its design. So I just heat up a pot of water on my stove, and it's just a top rack in my refrigerator that needs to be defrosted. Once the ice forms on the back panels there, I'll show you that again real quick. Let me see if I can get in here. Back in here you can see the elongated strips. When the ice gets on there, I just need to clean it off because it won't run as efficiently. So that is really important. And as I had mentioned before, with the design of these cabinets around the refrigerator, there will be cabinets up above the refrigerator. However, there will be an opening behind the cabinet. It won't be fastened to the wall. It's going to be fastened between the pantry and this other wall that we're going to put out here. The reason for that is because of it being propane, you want to have a lot of airspace in there so that heat doesn't bottle up back there and cause you problems. So, like I said, he's really smart, and he's just a genius when it comes to mechanical things. He just has such a mind, it blows me away. And so he thought of all those things to make sure that everything is accounted for. And again, we also made the space big enough for a standard refrigerator that if when someone buys our home, howdy nonetheless, Off-Grid, glad to have you joining. But if someone else were to purchase our home, they can do what they want in here. Now, another off-grid tip for you, and a life tip, because so many people don't realize this. Please ignore my dirty stove top because it's driving me crazy, but with all the construction, I'm just waiting till we're done. This is a propane stove, and this is an Americana, and it does not have an electric pilot. Being off-grid, you want to eliminate all those little electric needs to start things. Like we don't use clock radios or alarm clocks because they tend to mess with the solar in giving false readings of power usage, and so do such things as this. Sorry, there is a term for it and I just totally went blank on it. But the point being is the less power you have and little nagging little things that use power, the better off you'll be. So having this non-electric pilot makes it super nice. But something you guys have to remember is if you do have an electric pilot and your power goes out, you can still cook. so many people don't realize that you can light a match, turn on your gas, and start your burner. Same with your oven. So don't feel like you're stranded when your power's out and you have an electric start gas oven, because you can still light it. So many people don't realize that. But phantom power, that was the word I was thinking of that wouldn't come to me. And I wrote about that in my book, How to Embrace an Off-Grid Lifestyle. Very, very important. And the other thing is to use your other resources when you have them. Like, we have a wood stove going all winter long. I refuse to use this if I can use that, because I will put my roast on in the morning and let it simmer and cook all day long, and that just permeates the smell throughout your house. It's just awesome. And we like to cook all of our game meats long and on low heat, so that's just a perfect way to do it. So use your other resources. And something else to consider is different means of cooking, you know, when you're off grid. And I actually use a sun oven a lot in the summertime, and there's a lot of videos on our YouTube channel teaching you how to make different things. I make everything in that thing: bread, pizza, you name it, cookies, cakes, all kinds of meals. But we get really, really dry here in the summertime, and I would love to have outdoor fires, but it's just not wise, because we also get a lot of wind or breezes that pick up, and we're surrounded by tall timbers, so it would be really easy to burn our house down, and a lot of woods, a lot of wilderness. So I use the sun oven a lot. So learning how to use different means of cooking. You can also use a gas grill to bake anything. I've baked breads, pies, cakes, cookies, meals, pizza, you name it, on a gas grill. And all you need to do is put some stones on the top of your rack and put your baking dish on top of it, close the lid, and that will create a convection. I did a video on that last year, making a pie. So just something to think about and check out. But so this is the kitchen for now. There is a lot of progress made, and like I said, unfortunately we have to shelf this project for right now, because we were waiting for a break in the weather to start these jobs. So that's, you know, it's just how we roll. You got to roll with it and keep going, and it is what it is, you know. Oh, good deal. Check out the videos. Using a sun oven is awesome, and being able to utilize what you have and your resources are great. The other thing is, you know, Preparedness Month is coming up, and it's something that's really important for people to really not just have a preparedness mindset temporarily grab certain foods and stock up a little bit. We view preparedness as a lifestyle. So every day we're doing something to prepare for tomorrow, whether it's something small, something large, whether it's directly tomorrow or whether it's our future. It's just a lifestyle thought. So like I've said many times, and in my book and different things I've done, last year we went 6.5 months without an income because of my illness. And had we not had the preparedness mindset that we do and have the food storage that we do, we would have been foraging from the wild for 6.5 months, because we had $9.99 to our name. So that is one testimony of how a preparedness mindset can help you. But there's so many other ways, and we'll continue to talk more about that. And I'll continue to jump on here more live and show you our progress, because like I said, last night he came home from work and he was going to dive into the pantry, but he was exhausted. So, you know, as we can, we'll continue to work and we'll share it with you. But I've got so much more to share. We've got other videos coming out. Part 2 of his series on the fireplace set, hand forging the fireplace set, is coming your way. But Jeff, I hope you saw that with the fridge. And if you have other questions, let me know. What kind of water system do you have, and are you going to change it in the remodel? Nope, we're not changing our water system. Our water system, we have a well. There was a hand-dug well here when we got here, but it wasn't usable, or it wasn't to our liking. It was basically just root water. You know, so it wasn't substantial enough for us to work off of. So we dug a well, and what's really crazy is we are in an area where there are excessively deep veins of water. And friends we know had to drill 5 times to get a well before they got a well, and it's well over 300 feet. I think the one was 450 feet deep. So it was an added expense for us, and I did some heavy-duty praying, and I said to the guy, we're going to, oh, and the other thing is there's extreme iron in the water in this area. So the realtor that sold us our house, his shower looks like someone was murdered in it because of all the iron all over the walls. So It's pretty crazy, but we were very blessed. We have an absolutely crystal clear well, 30 gallons per minute, and 175 feet deep. So we are extremely blessed, and we are putting a hand pump on that well, so we have access to water all the time. And instead of it coming into the house, into the pressure tank, and then wired into our home, the Mountain Man used his ingenuity again, and we have a 275-gallon tank in our basement, and we have the pressure tank and the well pump on a breaker of its own, so it's not on all the time. On a sunny day, we will fill that 275-gallon tank, and then that is plumbed into our house, and we use an RV pump with a small solar panel out the back that is not part of our solar system, and that's off of charging a marine battery. And that's how we get the water in our house. So when we turn on the water, you can hear the pump. It's rather loud. I'll actually show you. Bear with me here. I'm trying not to make you dizzy with all the movement. But, oh, my battery's dying. Go figure. Bear with me here. If I cut out, that's why. But you can hear the pump running. But we've got awesome water. We don't have any troubles with our water, and that process works great. Every once in a while in the wintertime when it's really gray, we have struggles that we need to use a generator to fill that tank, but it's very rare. A good glimpse of sun for 15-20 minutes, and we've got plenty of power to fill that tank, because the pump pulls 800 watts of power. So it is excessive when you're doing solar, especially if it's gray. On a sunny day, it's no problem at all. But my battery is dying, so I am going to jump off of here. Not to mention, my dogs are pacing. They know what I'm doing next. They just know me. So we're going to head out for a walk in the wilderness, but I will keep in touch and keep sharing the progress. I am going to put some new fabric around my sink because it's just really dirty. It drives me crazy. I want to freshen it up a little bit, and I'll pretty up the kitchen to make do till we get things finished. But I'll show you the process, and as we change things and add things, and let you know what we're doing. But I'm so glad you guys joined me, and stay tuned for more videos. Thanks, guys. Take care, and God bless.